New challenger. Get ready for the next battle. Round one. Fight. Round two. Fight. Round three. Fight. KO. You win. Get ready for the next battle. Round one. Fight. 2. Fight.
Shoot. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Shoot. Shoot. Yeah. Shoot. 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 Shoot.
KO. Round 3. Fight.
Shoot. Shoot. Yeah. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4.
KO. Round 4. Fight.
Shoot, shoot, shoot. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Shoot.
KO. You win.
Hey, you. You want to try me, Gov?
Get ready for the next battle. Round 1. Fight.
Shoot. Yeah. Shoot. 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 Yeah. Shoot. Shoot. Yeah.
KO. Round 2. Fight.
Shoot.
Round 4. Fight.
One, two, three, four.
KO. You win.
Hey, you. You want to try me, Gov?
This is Bamboo Dojo, and basically what the Bamboo Dojo is it's just basically me playing a whole bunch of beginners. Now, a lot of people may not know this, but during depending on what time you play certain games, you'll have different skill level player bases. Um, for example, if you play any game online Friday night, it's going to be extremely hard. And this is because this is when you have the most veteran players. I mean, these are people that figure they can play something on Friday night and get enough satisfaction back from it that they're cool doing that. Understand, most people can't do that. So for that reason, it'll be extremely difficult during like Friday night, Saturday afternoon, Saturday night. If there's a tournament nearby, if there's a tournament nearby during a tournament, it'll be crazy. But then other times it'll be really easy. And like some of the most easiest times to play fighting games are like early in the morning when nobody's on. During the week, during like work hours, is just straight super jabroni intense. And one of the easiest times to play Tekken is actually Saturday morning. And this is because you get the most beginners and the most, you know, light players all together. You know, it's also a really busy time. But to play these people like hard would be a real jabroni move. Like just sit here and try to like think you're supposed to be somebody.
New challenger.
That would just be like me being like these Soul Calibur players. Like, you know what I'm saying? They over here doing all this crazy stuff, trying to like stomp you out. That right there will get you nowhere. So I call it, you know, the Bamboo Dojo because that's really what it is. It's just a nice little beginner situation. Now they'll do a little bitch ass shit like this. The reality of the matter is this: I can trash this fool, but you know, when you're playing against beginners, what you really want to do is you want to play other beginner characters. That way you can actually learn. If for me just to sit here and stomp them out, all they're gonna do is memorize everything I do. And then it'll just be to the point where when I fight them, it's going to be super hard for me to get through because they'll sit there and memorize my my offense. That's a waste of time. So,
Round one. Fight.
goodness. Another thing about this time is you gotta know, like, actually, never mind. Yo, look at this shit, man. That's why I could never respect Brian, or like Brian players, because I'm gonna tell you one thing about Brian. In Tekken, Brian is clearly a bigot, flat out. This man is a straight stone cold racist piece of in this game, and the fact that they literally sat there and let this man get a ground pound off of a win, I just feel like it's just totally ridiculous because it's a level of brutality in this game that other characters don't have. It's almost kind of like out of place. But yeah, it's the Bamboo Dojo. The idea is just to play beginner characters. Alright, let me turn this volume up.
Round one. Fight.
Goodness, why does this man do this taunt? It's so annoying. Now, even though I don't really know how to play Steve, there's a few ways I could play this dude. Because I have this guy on so much with experience, I can literally sit here and just mash this man out. What? Dang. But yeah, like once again, I don't see any. When you play against beginners, like you could just sit there and stomp them out. But really, it's a really good opportunity to just kind of work on things that you really can't work on against people that are way more advanced. You playing a weaker character is you matching them with a handicap. which is more than enough for you to be able to get a lot out of the fight. But aside from that, there's just certain things, there's certain skills, like certain fundamentals that are more ideal to work on when playing against beginners. Whiff punishment, for example, is a really good one. Sidestepping, as well as some more advanced things like wearing down the clock. And wearing down the clock is a level of really fighting. And it's one of these things that will really set you apart from jabronis, because jabronis, they be fighting all passionately. So like right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna wear the clock down because all right, good. And that's basically the reason why you want to wear the clock down.
New challenger.
Good. Now I'm doing this with Steve. I do not know any juggle damage with Steve. Imagine if I were to sit here and do this with a character like King. That would be horrible.
Get ready for the next battle.
And when you really have a more mature approach to the game like this is when you'll be able to have win ratios and opponent ratios like this and it not really be a factor. This man has 5,000 wins. I have 41 wins. This man just lost. This man, on total between the past two characters, this man has 9,000 wins between the past two characters and he still lost. And it's because of just going into fights with just a mindless approach. So now what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to wear the clock down while fighting him. Look at this, 5,000 wins.
Round four.
What? Yo, stop playing. Again, it's good to play them this way because really what they're doing is when they're beginners like this, a lot of times they're just looking at what you're doing so they can learn how to play. And what you really don't want to do is you don't want to play them at like 100 plus because even though you'll annihilate them, what they'll end up doing is they'll end up emulating what you do to everyone that they play against. And they'll just do it as attack patterns. And the problem with this is once they start fighting each other, you know, like that, by the time they'll sit there and you'll sit there and fight random people and they'll just be so defensively fit because you got these fools, you got these little jabronis out here just sitting over here doing these little traps over and over and over and memorizing stuff. One of the worst type of opponents you can fight against is a jabroni with is jabronis that like can memorize what you do, because then you just basically stuck fighting against someone that's like totally random. And when you lose like totally random like that, it's really hard to make sense of the fights. And in those situations, it'll basically render the fights pointless. And then you'll get to a point where you'll be like, wow, it's no point in me playing against these jabronis. All in all, there's really no point in playing against jabronis once you get to a certain skill level. And this is especially the reason why you always play weaker characters against them, because at least you could get something out of it.
Anybody else want a piece? Round one. Fight.
So now they just realize they're like, oh man, this dude's playing defense, so I'm just gonna play a character that's harder to defend against to try to force the fight. Wow, that man really ducked all that. Dang. Dang. Now, one of the best ways you can beat an opponent is by making them quit. So never get offended when opponents quit out on you. What it really means is they feel as though they're defeated completely. When an opponent quits, what they're basically saying is that it doesn't matter what they do, they feel like they're going to lose. So that means that if they felt like they could fight you 100 times, it means that 100 times out of 100 times they know that they're going to lose. And quitting is for this reason is the ultimate victory. It means you've defeated an opponent down to their will. It's for this reason why fighting games are really a personal game, and it's really not necessarily a team sport. Just because the depths of what it takes to really beat an opponent, it's just kind of hard to really be friendly with people, given the severity of what's going on. Another thing you'll notice about days like Saturday when it's easy to play is they will have higher ranks. But this is purely because they literally play during these times. It's like a Friday night Fujin is like a Saturday morning Tekken God, basically. Dang. Wow, that was the response right there. What the fuck is going on? Another thing about jabronis, and this is the last thing I want to say, I'm gonna get off this, is that what they really specialize in is they're really hyper focused on zero range. This is especially the reason why it's an advanced technique in Tekken just to run the clock down. Because by you being able to run the clock down, what it will do is it'll neutralize whatever sort of What it will do is it will universally neutralize all beginners equally, and this will prevent you from having to deal with a whole bunch of cheese balls. I mean, why do you think these fools is playing Lee right now? So they can lay on the ground. So they can lay on the ground when it comes time for them to catch these hands. It's really the most, laying on the ground is probably the most disgraceful thing you could do in fighting. And it's no coincidence that the most disgraceful players in Tekken are Lee players and Eddie players. Because they be laying on the ground. Like, get on the ground. Watch this. I'm gonna make this man lay on the ground by doing nothing. Lay on the ground. It's like, get on the ground. Hold on, man. Get on the ground. There you go. You know, see what I'm saying? That's what you gotta do. As long as they on the ground, ain't nobody tripping. Cause that's where they supposed to be. On the ground. Get the fuck on the ground. Say, lay that down. Hold on, man. Hold on, man. Oh, man. Oh, snap. He getting mad now. Say, lay that down. Oh. Look at that. Dang, that man sidestepped that. Wow, look at that. He sidestepped that. Look at him. My man got a strategy. I don't know what he thought this was. Come on, man. Oh. And so yeah, that's basically what it's about. The Bamboo Dojo, for the most part, runs on Saturday morning until probably about, I'll probably say like 6 o'clock on Saturday. Around 6 o'clock is really when, on Saturday, is when the games start to get a lot more intense. And at that point, you know what I mean, it's no longer beginner season, but the Bamboo Dojo is run by King and Armor King, and it pretty much only holds like five players at a time. If I have characters that are lower than Fujin, then typically I keep them in the dojo. I'll play beginners with them. But again, there is no point in sitting over here during these hours, during these beginner hours, and just sitting over here trashing opponents. In a small way, trashing jabronis is really cruel.
Challenger.
Every time you play a attractive female character, they try to play Brian so they can sit there and get the ground and pound scene at the end.
Okay, here goes.
Round one. Fight. Round two. Round three. Fight.
All right. Dang.
Thank you, spirits.
The only character in Tekken I hate is actually Brian. And it's just because, like I said, he's a stone cold bigot. So if you play Brian, don't expect me to give you any sort of rematches or any type of real respect. Because that ground and pound scene is disgusting. And anyone who sits there and plays that character just to do that, in my eyes, especially in a game like Tekken,
Round one. Fight. Round two. Fight.
Dang. Thought I was ready for that.
Round three. Fight.
See what I'm saying? That right there was memory. But it's cool because I mean it's not like I made it difficult for them to memorize.
KO. Final round. Fight.
Dang, I don't even know how we got to the final round. Now that's one thing though. You don't ever want to let them get you to this point. I should have seen that.
Here I come. Yeah.
Round one. Fight.
Man, my guy's getting it right now. Yo. Alright.
Round two. Fight. KO. Round
Yo, that was crazy.
You lose. Get ready for the next battle.
Here I come.
Round one. Fight. KO. Round two. Fight. KO. Round
Yo, my guy got some. My guy is nice.
fight.
Yo, my guy is nice.
Lose. New challenger. Round two. Fight. KO. Round three. Fight. KO.
That's why they play. So they can sit there and have the little women beating fantasies. One thing about like Brian players is you'll only see them when you're playing like a weak character. They figure like doing stuff like that. They be getting kicks out of stuff like that.
New challenger. Get ready for the next battle.
Here I come.
Round one. Fight. Great. Round two. Fight. Round three.
About to say, yeah, you better go low again, cause
Round three.
if you try to fight like a man, you're gonna lose.
KO. Round four. Fight. KO. You win.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Whenever playing like beginner characters, I like to set just little short-term goals. Maybe like a certain amount of wins. Like I think right now Julia has like 4 wins. So like once I get to about 5 wins, that's when I pretty much call it a day for the characters in the beginning. And this is because like playing new characters can be especially draining because you got to sit there and learn like so many attack properties. You also have to learn inputs, and like just those two variables alone are extremely draining, especially when you have like an opponent that you gotta fight against, like some stupid ass Brian player that's just sitting over here trying to get his little bitch ass rape fantasy off, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the fight. Because these type of fights, they will kind of try to bring a lot out of you, and for this reason, this is the reason especially why, again, you play beginner characters during these times.
New challenger.
One thing a lot of beginners like to do is they like to mash. When you start playing a character, it's the best time to mash, but you're not necessarily mashing in order to keep an offense. You're more or less mashing for understanding. So like, I'm not even really looking at the command list. Like, I have a little command list to the left of me, but I'm not really looking at it. I'm really just mashing out inputs to figure out what does what. Because this is the best way to attribute everything to memory, is just to literally just learn a little move or whatever as naturally as possible. And then when you play against opponents, like beginner opponents, just try to execute them consistently.
New challenger. Get ready for the next
Alright, cool. I think I'm done with Julie after this. I'm over here. Oh.
Here I come. Yeah.
round one. Fight. KO. Round two. Fight. KO. Round three. Fight.
Dang. Dang.
Stream's over. Whoops. See ya.
that's pretty much it for this. Right now it's Saturday. It's literally 9 in the morning. Pretty much, this is pretty much all Tekken is gonna have to offer until at least 5 o'clock. So for me to continue sitting here playing, I could even sit here and go to ranked. Even for me to like rank up at this time, it's almost a bad idea because it'll just put me in a situation to where like on a Friday or something like that, if I were to sit there and try to play ranked, then all of a sudden I'll be typically over my head because the player base skill level will be so much higher. So, you know, during this time, it's a good time to learn and everything, and it's a good time to train and stuff like that. But as far as like fighting super hard and stuff like that, you just want to kind of leave it to the beginners. So I don't really want to ramble too much, but that's basically it.